Hi, it's Lily, and you know what? The sun is so bright here I'm going to have to put my sunglasses on. But today, what I'm sharing with you is my husband and I went on a 4-night road trip on the motorcycle, and I'm going to show you in this video what you can eat vegan while you're out on the road and stopping in at restaurants and living in Airbnbs for 4 nights. So join me and you get to see what I ate. Good morning. It's about 7:30 and we're heading out. I'll show you.
Spring in my hose reel was lost.
You have to pack light. You don't have much room, so there's not a lot of change of clothes and shoes that you can bring, so you do what you can.
Is that for you?
Yes. We went across the border at Peace Arch, then we stopped in Blaine, and I didn't even remember to film that, but we grabbed some coffee, and I hadn't eaten yet in the morning. We got out pretty early. I had to have a bagel toasted with some guacamole on it, so that was our first stop. We did the Chuckanut Drive. It's a really scenic view along the coast, and you can see the Pacific Ocean. It's beautiful. Guys like it on the motorcycle. It's fun, lots of twists and turns. Say hi. After the Chuckanut Drive, we stopped in La Conner. It's known for their tulips, so we're in Washington right now. Of course, we had to have a beer because we're on vacation, and then I had a vegan burger.
The one for me, yes.
Did you have a veggie burger? No, I asked for mustard. Oh, there's no mustard. We're on Whitby Island, heading on that ferry over there. We're going to head to Port Townsend. And I think this is just like a very short crossing. And then we're going to be there. I leave Keith in charge of all the planning when he does a road trip, including the places we stay. Holy, look at this place. It's an old Victorian. And apparently we're staying in the nanny's room. It's called the Starrett House, built 1889. It was such an experience to be in such an old home with a lot of antiques. So we settled into our room, we got unpacked, unloaded, then we headed out for dinner.
Except I already broke it.
I'm not sure what this is. What was this called? A Mocha Loca? It's a vegan version, just vegetables. It's really good. Delicious.
Oh, wow.
After the dinner, we strolled around Port Townsend, checked out the streets, and then we stopped at Alchemy Bistro and Bar. We're going for breakfast. It's Sunday morning. That's where we're trying to get to, Point Hudson Cafe. So I think we need to walk around, but I'm guessing my breakfast is going to be peanut butter and toast and hash browns. Right, Keith? Hudson's Cafe. Look what they have. Veggie saute. This. Breakfast steak on Cajun fried potatoes. Okay, here's my breakfast. This is a veggie scramble with tofu. It was supposed to have polenta, but they're out of it. Dry toast, and I ordered some potatoes just in case, and peanut butter for my toast. And I'm starving, so this is, it actually looks almost like a stir fry. We'll see, I'll let you know how it tastes. So on Sunday, we did a day trip to Bainbridge Island. So we did a lot of riding. I thought you were just randomly driving and you just find it. So stopped in this cute Norwegian little town called Polsbo. Super cute little place. Keith found a craft beer place. Of course, we had to stop in there. And we had lunch at a Mexican restaurant called San Carlos. I was worried that I wasn't going to find something specifically vegan, but they had a vegan bowl. I gotta find something vegan on here. It's a vegan bowl. I know the picture doing it justice, but it was delicious. Hit all the marks for kind of a Mexican dish that you'd want to have. It had the guacamole, it had the salsa. It was really delicious and I highly recommend it.
That's what I just said.
Thank you. So we headed back to Port Townsend. We walked around a little bit that evening. We wanted to have something for dinner, so we ended up going to this cute little pizzeria that we'd seen. You go down these stairs and it's like in the underground area called Tin Brick Pizza. Keith had a pizza with a little bit of cheese on it. I ordered a pizza with just veggies. It would have been good if the crust was crisp. Unfortunately, the crust was a thin crust, which I like, but it was so soggy. Like the vegetables just made it limp. So Monday morning, it was leftover pizza, which was fine by me. I like cold pizza. Wasn't too much in Port Angeles that we were interested. We decided that we wanted to spend the day driving out to Nia Bay. So we did stop in a little coffee shop. Went to the backpack on the bike and grabbed that snacking granola, and I had some of that. That was basically breakfast. In Nia Bay, we stopped basically the only restaurant that we could see, and I ended up with a garden wrap. It was just romaine lettuce and some veggies inside, which it was fine. The French fries that I ordered were old and stale, so I didn't even eat those. We got to Victoria. We settled into our Airbnb, which was the exact opposite of the one in Port Townsend. It was modern, minimalistic, very nice, right in the center of Chinatown. So we got all ready and went out and walked around in the town. We ran the best place for dinner that a vegan would ever want. It was the Drake. Keith was happy with the craft beer that they had, and I was happy with the vegan options. I'm definitely having this one. Olives, cashews, hummus. Then we have a cultured nut board, a selection of 100% dairy-free plant-based cheeses from cultured nut. This is a nice place. Here's the vegan nut cheese board. Look at those cheeses. This is my pot pie with jackfruit. The nut cheeses were so good. On Tuesday morning, I had been recommended the Nourish Kitchen and Cafe. Nourish Kitchen and Cafe did not disappoint. It was so good. It had absolutely awesome vegan options, and I ended up having the Benny's Gone Nuts. So the hollandaise sauce was made out of nuts. Instead of a bread, it was a yam or sweet potato base. The tempeh, which is tofu, was scrambled on top with other vegetables, some sauteed mushrooms and kale. It was so delicious. And a cashew hollandaise sauce. Wow, looks good. So Tuesday was our last full day. Grabbed some produce from the Chinatown market, then headed out in the late afternoon for some happy hour. And then that's when I basically stopped filming. So I had some margaritas, I had some fries. Actually, they were truffle fries. Not the best thing, but it's what I was craving in the late afternoon. And we had sushi for dinner, but I had basically avocado rolls. I had a tofu teriyaki. That night, we just had some snacks. Got up early the next morning to get ready to go. Basically, breakfast was coffee, bananas. We had those oranges, some of that granola. That's what we had for breakfast, and we basically packed up and headed for the BC ferries to come home. On the ferries, we had some more food because this isn't vacations, all about food. I had huevos rancheros, basically eggs on beans, I believe, but I had it without the eggs. So I had the beans on the bottom, a tortilla shell, guacamole, and salsa, and I basically ate beans and guac and salsa, and that was it.